Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if the music's too loud or if I'm too loud. Oh my god, I'm echoing. Where am I echoing from? Oh dear. Oh, it's me. I'm echoing because I have it up on my phone. Hilarious. Professional streamer, guys. Professional streamer. Actually have to work while the deluge of content has been coming out, so I'm out here desperately trying to find ways to get more detail on. Well, look, I'll answer any questions that you have. I'm also going to play you some of the videos that I've made. I've got like 8 videos that are going to go out for Dragon Age the Veilguard over like the next week. So I'll play you some of those, and we'll just sort of like, this is like background, so you're not just like looking at my face, because like that's boring. Like, you guys are here to see Dragon Age. So we'll do that. Make sure everything is good, but I think we're okay. Hello, hello, how's it, cat? Exclusive content. Very exclusive. I might put out my character creator video today. I will answer any questions you have, Ildris, about Dragon Age the Veilguard. Not about airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow. Alright, I think everything's good. You're looking good on the Twitch side, Ildris. Looking good on YouTube. Alright. I'm sorry, Ildris. Sorry. Switch over to here. Ta-da! It's true. How you doing? I'm doing good. I only woke up like literally an hour ago. I'm a little tired and still out of it. My voice isn't fully awake yet, but we're here. I wanted to do this stream to answer like, yeah, Dragon Age Veilguard questions that anyone has that hasn't been like covered in any of the previews and stuff that have gone out, or, you know, may get covered in content that's going to continue to come out. I know people have very specific questions about such a big game. And I'm going away for the weekend, so I wasn't able to do it later. So that's why we do it. But how are you doing, Ildrid? I don't know why I'm not centered in the frame. Is that a me thing? Over this way. All right. You like my new Astrobot in the background? Look at him. Oh yeah. Color as well. For Endotria, sent me a custom PlayStation 5 controller and like faceplates for the like PS5. Very cool. Almost matches the cat castle. Yeah. There's a Winston down there as well. Nice little Winston from Overwatch. Beanie on. He's got a nice beanie. But yeah. Mostly Fallout current setup at the moment, and like some Starfield. Do have like the Mega Bloks Xbox 360 there that I haven't actually built yet. My brother got it for me. Amazing gift. And I just haven't. Which every time I look at it, it makes me feel guilty because it's such a cool gift and I haven't had time to build it. Oh, you can't see up the top. Zoom out a little bit. Up the top there is Horizon Lego, like the tall neck elephant thing. I can't remember the name of it. And then front of the clock, Mesmer from Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree. Clock, my grandfather actually made. Something that I got passed. He made. Yeah, so that's my setup. All right, but enough about me. Let's talk about Dragon Age. Eldris, member for 35 months. I appreciate you so much. One of the OGs. Been here since the very beginning. Since I was a poor little Twitch streamer. 2 viewers. You were my second viewer and Becky was the first. All right. We'll just play. This is just the preview that you guys have probably already seen. Well, I hope you have already seen because it is live on the channel right now. We'll just play that in the background for a little bit of background. But yeah, so Dragon Age. So I got to go to San Fran and play, like, I think about 6 hours is probably like the good estimate. Like, it was probably a little bit more than 6 hours because we got there at 8:30, and then we checked in. I'd say the event started about 9-ish. They had like a little panel where they just talked about, what we can talk about, can't talk about, give us a bit of background on the game, blah, 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 that sort of stuff. Yeah, so this is us rocking up at the event. You can see the stage, like, sort of behind it, and all the PCs on the side. Like, both sides had, like, a massive row of PCs. Like you can see, oops, there, like, that row there. Like, there were huge, like, massive rows of PCs on both sides, and there was, I think, the 3, because there was one on the back wall and then 2 back to back. So heaps of people there. They had the artwork of the companions on the walls. Looked incredible, like really cool art. I wanted to take one of them home. But yeah, so from there, we did that, and then we got to sit down and play. They gave us like a little like run sheet of like what we will like play and like won't play. We played chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but not the entire chapter. Like, they jumped us through saves, and we weren't allowed to show anything on chapters 3 and 4. Only a specific portion of chapter 5, but then everything from chapter 1 and chapter 2 we could show. But yeah, and so we probably played from about 10 o'clock, I would say. We played from about 10 a.m., maybe a little bit before, depending on like how fast you like raced off those chairs that are in like the center there, how fast you raced off and got on your PC and like started playing, until about 6. At about 6, like, we had to like copy our footage onto our SSD and like, start packing up and stuff. So yeah, we played a fair bit. Is there any way to make the Kunari forehead smaller? Yes, there is. Yeah, you can do that. In all the character creation customization stuff, you can change all the facial stuff. I've got a video that's I've scheduled. What do you guys think? Right, like, I've got a video scheduled to go out tomorrow that is literally every single thing that is in the character creator. Like, literally every single thing. I went through the entire character creator, looked at every single slider, every option, every preset, for all the different races, like everything. I've got that video I've got that scheduled to go out tomorrow, but I was thinking about putting it out today, like along with the preview. I actually said in the preview that I was going to put it out today, but like, I was like, nah, because everyone's going to be putting out previews today. I didn't want to put it out today and it gets like lost in the sauce, like I want it to sort of do well. So I thought I'll give it a day before I put that out. Yeah, before I had a quick first impressions on the companions. Curious what their personalities are like. I have got a video that's going to go through all the companions. That's another thing I've got as well. That one hasn't been made yet. It's still being made. The editor's working on it. Nick is currently. But yeah, so the companions, I really liked almost all of them. They're all very different, and there is only 7 of them, which is a little bit less than we've had. Hey, DJ Chris, good to see you. We've had which is a little bit less than we've had in other Dragon Age games, and about the same to Mass Effect games. I think like you usually get around a similar number, but I think having only 7 has meant that they can be a bit more deeper and developed. Like, they all feel very unique. Like, like Davron and Tash are vastly different, even though they're both warriors. Same with like Nev and Balara and Emmerich. Even though they're all mages, they are very different. Like, not only do they have the different backstories, but like their personalities are different, like when you interact with them, which I found refreshing. I really liked Nev. I found her to be fantastic. Like, one, she's pretty cute, you know, so that goes somewhere as well. But she's like, her character is just like really interesting, and I love the way like her outfits. She just looks fantastic, and like all the outfits and stuff. But I didn't really like Balara. She just like wasn't for me. She's sort of like very like fun-loving and like whimsical sort of character, and it just didn't. Her attitude didn't vibe with me that much. But interestingly, like talking to the people at the event, everyone seemed to have like a different favorite companion. Like everyone was like, oh, you know, like I really liked Harding, I really liked so and so. But yeah, it does seem a little different. Gibbo, thank you, my guy. 35 months. I appreciate you. What do we have here? We have a Dragon Age Veilguard stream is what we have here. Appreciate you. 35 months. Did I miss a question? Mouse, Magi. Are there named chapters in the game, like X amount of chapters per act? I don't know how many chapters there are per act. So we played up to chapter 5 and we were told that was the end of Act 1. But Act 1 was the most substantial of the acts. Not saying that like the next acts will be, you know, shorter or like not any good, but like because Act 1 is like the tutorial, like the big setup where you get all the companions and then like the events really kick off. It's like the big act. But there isn't, I don't know if there's a name because we never actually transitioned freely from one chapter to the next because like they were jumping us between save files. So we started going through the entire character creation. We made a character and then we played through most of chapter 1 and then they like jumped us to like chapter 2 and then they jumped us to chapter 3, chapter 4. So like we never actually hit that point where it's like chapter complete. Do you know what I mean? But when you complete like story missions, like major story missions, there is sort of like a splash screen that tells you like you completed the quest, give you a little blurb about like what happened in that quest, choices you made, etc. And then like some other comments about like faction strength, like if you sided with a faction or something and that faction strength like increases, you'll see that on that screen as well. Was it all in the first third of the game or did you go further than that? No, first third. People are clamoring for a full CC video. Did you want me to play it? I'll play it now if you like. Just while we're chilling here talking, I can put that up. It is this video. Yeah, so we'll just let that run in the background so you can see everything. But yeah, it's I have got it. So we could put it out today, but just cautious about it getting eaten up by the source, you know. Have you decided on who you're going to romance first? If you are romancing any, that is. That's a great question. Kevin Hook, fantastic question. I don't know. Probably Nev. I think for me, it's going to be Nev, I think. I do really like Tash, though. Or Tash. I think you say it. I think it's Tash, not Tash. But I didn't get to spend a lot of time with her. To answer your question as well, Meows, Meiji, we didn't do Tash, Emmerich, Davron, maybe one other. No, just those 3. We didn't do their recruitment missions, I think. There might be a 4th one that I'm forgetting that we didn't do. But yeah, so we didn't do their recruitment missions. Like when we jumped to like the next chapter, they were just like in the party, you know? So yeah, it was a little different. But yeah, I think it's gonna be Nev for me. What about you guys? Who are you gonna romance? Like, is there any of the companions that you feel more connected to? What race are you playing first? I made a dwarf during the preview. This is me making my dwarf here that you can see. But yeah, you can see there's like a full head shape slider, and then you can even break it down into like the specific sections as well. Yeah, so there's your forehead for earlier. You can change the width, depth, height, etc. What race? I might play a dwarf. I did kind of like dwarf. I'm on a weird like dwarf kick at the moment. Like I'm about to start a D&D campaign where I'm playing a dwarf. My partner and I are playing Baldur's Gate 3 where I'm playing a halfling. I'm just enjoying the short dudes at the moment. I don't know why. So it might be a dwarf. It might be a dwarf. I'm definitely going to play a rogue, I think, for my first character. But I'll be playing all three and I'll have guides for all three classes. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that. I'll be playing all the things. What about you? You know, what race and class are you going first? Either going Harding, Bellaria, or Lucanus, who is distracting me greatly. Lucanus, pretty good too. I do like Lucanus. He's got a good look to him. Vibe. I enjoyed his recruitment mission. I enjoyed the Antivan Crows quite a lot. It's very like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood thing. Oh yeah, this is all of the hairstyles, by the way. We're going through it pretty fast, but this is like literally all 88 hairstyles. We'll play it again for you guys to see after the ear shape stuff. Here you go. You can slow it, like when this is on YouTube, right? You can actually, you can slow down the video so you can look at them all individually if you want. But this is every single hairstyle, all 88. I think someone in the preview asked if there's a mohawk, and there is definitely multiple mohawks. The Canary don't have as many. They only have 30 hairstyles. But you've got all your horn stuff. I'm on a dwarf kick? Yeah. Is it any good? My grade? I think so. Frame by frame analysis my future? Yeah. Like, there's a balance, I think, when putting together like a video like this that goes through literally every single option that like you have to, like I went through all the options, but like it still has to be an entertaining video. So I put all the options in there. So if you want to frame by frame it, you can, and like break it down. But I didn't want to like spend 20 minutes just going through all 88 hairstyles, like still got to be an interesting video. Is it any good? Yes, I think it is good. Mindgrade. Gibbo, thank you for gifting a sub to Mindgrade. Thank you. Speaking of subs, memberships as well on YouTube, I haven't done it yet, but just once the stream ends, I'm going to make all the Dragon Age videos available for you guys just to see, all the members. So you can actually just watch them early. Like I usually put all my videos early access for members anyway, but because they were all embargoed until today, I couldn't put them up for you guys to watch until today. So after the stream, I'll do that and you guys will be able to watch them. But yes, I do think it's good. Like I was really impressed by the combat, surprisingly impressed by the combat, because I was not expecting the combat to, I don't want to say I wasn't expecting it to be good. That sounds a little harsh, but I really wasn't thinking, I guess I just wasn't thinking it was going to be anything like special or unique or like really that engaging, because when you look at all the trailers, it doesn't look great. Like it looks serviceable. Like it doesn't look like a bad combat system, but like it's just kind of like not there. But when you play it, you realize that there's actually a lot of depth to it, especially the basic attacks, because you've got a heavy and a light. You can charge the heavy and the light attack. There's also a jumping attack and a sprinting attack, and they can all be like comboed together. They all have little bits of effects and stuff on them. Did you get any mage combat? I've seen mixed reviews about it. I have a ton of mage combat. I also have a video going out that detailing everything you need to know about the mage. Once this character creator video finishes, we're about halfway. I'll put up the mage video for you, and you can see the mage combat and stuff. But yes, I did get to play the mage. I tried both the staff and the they call it the mage knife, but it's a dagger and orb. The staff, I don't know if it was 100% for me. I did really like the mage knife and like the melee combos and sort of being able to jump around and do sort of melee magic stuff. I think one of the hard things about these classes, and they're just like jumping in, because like we only play for 6 hours, right? And I played the mage in chapter 2, and because like I hadn't played the mage before, I didn't do a mage tutorial. I didn't get to like level myself up. It's just like you boot into a build for that class and it's like, here you go. And I think that's a little like you can then respec and like change and stuff. And I did that for the warrior. I made a reaper rather than a champion. But I think the tough thing about that when you sort of jump into a class is like learning the class, like the class flow, because they are a little different. But yeah, the mage, I think the spellblade is going to be really fun. Like the skills in that line seem really good. And just like, who doesn't like to, be like a mage knight, like elemental knights are fun in games. Is shield bash in the game? Yes. Warrior can shield bash. Actually sounded kind of similar to New World. My off base, the combat in that game was a lot of fun. Yeah, I could kind of see that. Different, but like I could see that, yeah. Man, I haven't thought about New World in a while. I actually played the, what's the new Eternum? Like that new, like massive change, and it's like coming to consoles and stuff for New World. I actually played that at some Game Fest. Pretty good on console, New World. Are there any antagonistic relations in the companions, or does everyone get along? I don't think we saw enough of that, Redstone. But there was only really a few scenes where all of the companions were on screen during our preview. I would say, I think everyone's going to get along. My gut feeling is that like there will be some tension there, like push and pull between like different decisions you make throughout the story, that sort of thing. But I feel like because they're all they're your party, right? Your companions. I feel like they will mostly get along. I think it wouldn't surprise me if you have like those moments, like with Jack and Miranda from Mass Effect, where they're like button heads and they're like rah rah yelling about stuff, and you come in and you're like, oh, I'm gonna side with you, Jack, or with you, Miranda, or whatever. Like there might be those moments. I didn't see any, but they might be. But I feel like ultimately everyone will sort of come together in the end and do the whole thing together, Mage knife better than dagger? Just the same thing though. So what class are you guys going to play? Do you feel connected to any of the classes that you've seen, any of the footage that's gone out? I think like the toughest thing that I felt was picking what class I would play at the start of the game. But I do think it's going to be rogue, both in the preview and then full game. Do you have a favorite roleplay moment from the time you got to play? Yes, I do. Great question. So, during the intro of the game, you guys who have been watching all the trailers and everything probably know what I'm talking about. But there is a moment where you make a decision between two companions to like come with you to like do something, and the one that comes with you does get injured during that event, and after that event, that companion will they'll be like bruised and like injured and stuff, and interacting with them at that time, and then also like they wanted to come on like this next mission, and they came on the mission like, oh, I'm tough, I can do it, whatever, and they like came on the mission, and then I was able to like tell them, nah, look, you're injured, like you need to take some time. I really just like that moment, like the impact of the decision, and also like just their reaction to trying to be a good soldier, trying to stick with the team, and I enjoyed that. I'm a mage enthusiast, but my OG warden was a dual-wield rogue. Maybe I return to my roots. The rogue feels really good. Like deflecting, and like they get like a special dodge where they like turn into like a little cloud for a second. It's very fun. Difficulty settings, by the way, custom. You can there are obviously, your easy mode, normal, hard, very hard, but then you can actually have a custom one as well. You can make your own custom difficulty, which I think is pretty cool. Gibbo, thank you, my guy. Gifting another membership, Mr. Dale 831. Enjoy that membership, Mr. Dale 831. Thank you, Gibbo. I was gonna do a warrior, but that mage dagger knife is really calling to me. All right, well, we're definitely going to put on the mage gameplay after this, all right? We'll do that. I'll put on the mage gameplay for you. I think we're mostly through, we're mostly through the character creation stuff. This is just me talking about the, like the Dragon Age keep things. And then that's the final screen. Cool, all right. I'll put on the mage gameplay for you. Here it is, the mage video. Did they show you anything you weren't allowed to talk about, or was it more that they kept a shroud of mystery? No, there was things we weren't allowed to talk about. So we played, chapter 3 and chapter 4, and in those, especially chapter 3, there was the only thing we're allowed to say about it is there was a big choice. That's how they want us to frame it. And that big choice did have some consequences for chapter 4 and chapter 5. But we're not allowed to talk about what happened there, anything to do with it. But it did actually change some things in the world, like in the overall game state stuff. And it was like a significant choice. But yeah, we can't talk about it or like show it and stuff. That's really the only main thing we're not allowed to talk about. And like, obviously what we did in those chapters, we can't talk about, right? Like, which is a little disappointing. There was some really cool stuff in those chapters, which is obviously like partly why they want, you guys to experience it for yourselves. But yeah, that was pretty much it. There's some things that I haven't spoken about personally because I think that it's better for you as a player to experience it. Like I said in my preview that I barely spoke about the story at all. Only just like some very high level things because like I don't like in like previews, even in reviews as well, to some regard, that like people that detail like the entire story to you, I think it ruins like the magic of it. Like you should sort of, other than that initial setup, like I'll tell you what that initial setup is of the story that kicks it off, like that inciting incident, that gets you as a character going. But like I don't want to spoil the entire narrative for you, Story length, interesting question. Cardis, very interesting question. So we heard, or some of us heard, from a developer that they just finished a playthrough. They said that playthrough took them 100 hours. I don't personally believe that that is the length of the game or the story, because as one does when marketing a game, you make it seem larger than it is. So we also don't know how much of that 100 hours is spent like testing things or, just like doing dev work, right? I think if I was to guess, as a complete guess based on nothing except that statement and my own guess, I would say it's around 50 to 60. My personal guess, right? That's a guess. However, there will be, to answer your question as well, do you see a lot of replay value with the differences with your choices making the world of the game? Yes, I think there will be, especially like if there are choices like what we made in chapter 3, if there are more of those choices throughout the game, there will definitely be a lot of that replay value for sure. And I also think that even just being able to play 3 different classes, like you might do a playthrough with, the rogue and then the warrior and then the mage. I do really think that there will be replay value there as well. I remember you could get through Dragon Age Inquisition in about 50 hours. Completion, it would be at 150. I guess there's fewer shards to pad that out. Definitely fewer shards to pad that out. There's no hinterlands here. You're not going to be running around the hinterlands for 20 hours. There is like some big areas to explore, like the crossroads, which is like one of the main sort of touchstones that you'll go to quite a lot throughout the game. But different for sure. You think we will have dwarf mages? We do not have dwarf mages at all, Tom. You cannot pick a mage as a dwarf. In the character creator, it says the dwarfs don't have magic. So you can't. You do get a like a buff to your combat prowess as a dwarf for rogue and warrior. The specifics of what that buff is, like how much it actually gives you, I don't know. Didn't actually see that side of things. It just says in the character creator that you do get a buff to like your physical prowess, but you can't pick a mage. Do you have a fave faction yet? I did really like the Antivan Crows, like Lucanus's faction. Their intro like mission storyline was really cool. That skill that we just looked at, by the way, is actually called Storm Surge. I accidentally called it Sturm in the video, so I made a little joke that it's called. Yeah, it's not called. It's called Storm Surge. It's not called Sturm Surge. Just to clarify, watch the video. It's a funny joke, I swear. Yeah, probably the Antivan Crows, I would say. They're probably my favorite. I would like to know more about a lot of the factions, because like we only really saw a lot of the Veil Jumpers, a lot of the Antivan Crows, and a fair amount of the Grey Wardens. But like Shadow Dragons, Mournwatch we saw nothing of. What's the sixth one that I'm forgetting? Lords of Fortune. Didn't see them at all either. So I want to see more of them, especially Mournwatch. Like that like necromancy stuff does kind of interest me. So I want to know a bit more about them. But yeah, at the moment, Antivan Crows for sure. Harding's cool and special and not like other dwarves. She is. Does Harding become a mage? That sounds like a spoiler to me, Tom. She doesn't become a mage. But things aren't what they seem. Were there many options for Rook to talk about their faction than most of the other factions talking at you? Yeah, you can talk about your faction. So I picked, I was a Veil Jumper, the dwarf that I made, and conveniently in chapter 1, you run into the Veil Jumpers. So I was like, they were like, hey, you know, we know you, right? Like, and you have a full backstory. Like, so let's just pause this for a sec. Don't know exactly what video it's in, just so that I don't break any bug. We're going to switch to my face for a second, and I'll find you the specific thing. Give me a second. Filling in the void with my voice while I search for this footage. Character. Here we go. Back. Cool. So, in the character creation, when you pick like your faction, your backstory, you get this list here, like to select this faction, and it gives you like a rundown of your past events as this specific Rook. And this backstory is different for each faction. So, like, you have done something in the past that has led you did something for or against that faction that you picked, and then whatever that happened, that like pushed you away from that faction to then run into Varric and like the events of the game start, right? So when I ran into the Veil Jumpers, they directly referenced this text here that's like talking about what Rook did. Like they directly were talking about the events that I did in the past, and like we had a bit of a back and forth about like, they were like, oh, you like did the wrong thing, and I was like, nah, I did the right thing, like blah blah blah. So yeah, there is like that those events are directly related. Whether that has any like impact in the long game, I don't know, because we didn't see that, but they will definitely reference those events and talk about it. Conversely, because I did pick the Veil Jumpers, when not running into, because I was playing a different character at that point, but I was playing a mage who wasn't a part of the Antivan Crows. But when I did that intro with the Antivan Crows, they didn't know who I was. Like, they didn't interact with me in like a personal way or anything like that. It was very, very different. And the backstory for the Antivan Crows is definitely going to be quite like different because I'll see if I can find it in this footage, but I just can't show you this like unedited file because there's some stuff in here that we're not allowed to show. That's the Shadow Dragon one. Lords of the Fortune. The Antivan Crows one, I'm pretty sure is like, they like, here it is. Talented new crow recently promoted to full membership. Rook chafed at the cautions of his commanders, especially with his city occupied by brutal soldiers known as the Antame. When Rook saw a patrol herding along captives one night, he leapt into action despite saving lives. However, Rook had unknowingly compromised a larger crow operation against the Antame. Rook's superiors were incensed. All right. Sidelined for his actions, the young assassin searched for new ways to prove himself. So basically, you get kicked out of the Antivan Crows. So when you then like go back there and interact with them, you know, they're going to be pissed, right? But then I didn't see any of that because I wasn't a member of the Antivan Crows. Like, they weren't mad at me. I didn't do anything wrong, you know, like on that playthrough. What would you like to see, chat? You want to see some rogue breakdown, the warrior breakdown, or we can go back to the character creator if you want to see that again. I've also got a like the interview video that I put together from my interview as well. I can play one of those if you like. Can you wear the armor from the different faction? Yes, you can. Wear any armor you like. There's also a full transmog at the Lighthouse. You can like go there and like, you know, whatever armor you're wearing, you can completely change the way it looks. Oh, don't worry about it. We won't tell. I see you, Cass. I'm not breaking no bargoes. Do you think Morrigan will be playable or join our party? I don't think so. I think she will be not necessarily like a cameo appearance, but I wouldn't expect like a lot from personally. That's not based on anything. I didn't actually get to see Morrigan. She was mentioned in some dialogue. Like, we were cut past a section that obviously involved her. But I don't know how deep her involvement will be. I could be completely wrong, right? She could be very much in the game. Was there any info in character creator about tattoos that were previously race locked in other games? No, not that I know of. Let me bring that tattoo stuff up for you. About from here, right? I don't think any of the tattoos or anything were race locked. From just like having a look through them on both the elf and the dwarf, there didn't seem to be any differences between the different tattoos in terms of like what was available. Are there romanceable characters that aren't companions? No, spam away. Like, don't apologize for spamming questions. That's literally the entire point of this stream, is for you to spam me questions and I answer them. So go for it. Tom and everyone else, just spam your questions away. No, I don't think anyone outside of the companions are romanceable. I don't think there's like a Josephine situation here. Maybe Manfred, who knows? Maybe you can romance the skeleton. Did you get to see the Inquisitor outside of character creator at all? We did not, no. That's also something that I forgot about before when you're talking about things we can't talk about. The specific options for that stuff we can't talk about. I know IGN showed the Inquisitor in their character creation video. Like in the character creation thing, like they showed the Inquisitor there. We were told we can't even do that. And yeah, so there is some stuff there that I know that I'm holding on to that I'll be able to share at launch. I actually, like, a look behind the curtain, I actually asked Corinne Bush, the game director, about that stuff, but I wasn't given clearance to share that answer because of the content that's in it. It was embargoed. So they actually changed, not heaps, but like they changed a little bit of that that stuff that we weren't allowed to talk about. Why does the Inquisitor have their arm back? Don't know. Can't answer that. Sorry, Tom. That's the stuff we can't talk about. I'm sorry. My apologies. But yeah, that's pretty sure it looked like they had a prosthetic hand, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Yep. I am very sorry. I really wanted to talk about that stuff. I did. Like, I actually had it in the video and I had to cut it. Which is also why like I have to be careful with sharing some of that. Like when we were looking at the unedited files, we got to be careful with that stuff. But yes, that's about the only like major thing that I think everyone is interested in knowing that we can't talk about. Like, obviously the story stuff we can't talk about, but like who wants to know exactly, you know, what happens in the story, right? I think that's like just spoiling the game for you, but that character creator stuff, yeah. Crying in the club. Okay. I'm sorry. Are you going to PAX, by the way? And anyone else in chat? Is anyone going to PAX Australia? I will be there. I'm actually, well, I'm not hosting, but I'm on a panel on the Friday. You want to see me in person? I'm a real person. I do exist in 3 dimensions. Remember they didn't actually release any info about the Dragon Age elf tattoos until a year after release. Oh, really? So, sadly in Townsville that weekend, or I was going to. I mean, you could just not go to Townsville. Tropical holiday. It sounds fantastic. I'm actually going on a holiday this weekend. That's why I'm doing this stream right now. Because going on a little holiday to a winery sort of getaway with my partner and my dad and stepmom. We're all going to a little winery. I'm going to drink some wine. Nice food. Have a good time. It'll be like my only real break before the chaos of the end of the year. Got Starfield expansion, not next week, the week after, and then PAX, and then I'll be playing Dragon Age for review. That'll consume my life for 2 weeks. Then the game will come out, and then I'll be making a bunch of content for it. And then directly after that is Assassin's Creed Shadows. So I'll be doing the same thing again then. Also, I am, well, actually, as of yesterday, I'm going to be like performing in a little dance showcase. My partner and I do Latin dance, and so we've agreed to like do a little showcase for the school. So that'll be like 12 weeks of training, and it starts next week as well. So somehow I've got to fit that training in on top of the busiest period of the year for content. We'll figure it out. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Did you get to see the Lighthouse change around Rourke and the companions as you progressed through the quests? Was it significant? Yes, I did actually. You going to stream the dance performance? Absolutely not. If you ask nicely, I'll show you it. I actually performed in one last year as well for a different school. Performed in a little intro for salsa, which I can share with you if you ask nicely and offline. I don't think that's something I'll connect with that with myself on YouTube. But yeah, so Lighthouse. Yes. We did see the Lighthouse. At the like sort of the roughly the end of chapter 1, when you get to go there, you can see like it's like fully, you know, like destroyed. Like you've only really got like that main area. And then by chapter 5, it's like significantly different because like all the companions have joined the party. So they've got their rooms and their areas and their places. And it looks much more developed and like put together. So I did get to see that. It does feel significant. It does feel like progress there. I'm not sure if there's like, if there's any choice involved in that, like how you make it look or if it's just like part of that story progression. I don't know. I would think it's just part of that story progression because I didn't see any way that you could like customize it. But it is a significant upgrade. Can you customize your weapon color to match your armor? Ooh, I don't know, Tom. Let me see if I can answer that for you. I'm just going to switch to my face because we're going to look at one of these unedited files. Review footage. Lighthouse. Okay. I can probably just show you this unedited. Let me just skim through this quickly. Yep, I can show you this. Okay. Sorry, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't talking or anything. All right. Okay. We shall switch back to here. So in the lighthouse here, we pick up this little thing. We go to the wardrobe. You can see, so this is where you can like transmog your gear, right? You can see on the left-hand side, you've got it collected. Oh, sorry, my face is blocking that. Okay, so there you go. So you can see like I've got 2 out of 39 styles of mage knife, 3 out of 36 of staff, 3 out of 108 of helmet, 117 of like of armor, and then of like your like outfit, 117 as well. And then so you can see here as well, this is an example for the Canary. You have unique face paints, which is different to the ones you set in Character Creator as well. Armor slot, all your different armor things, cosmetics that you can like skim through there. Same for outfits. Got to get that sweet, sweet ballroom dancing gaming audience crossover. It's not ballroom, it's Latin dancing, like salsa, bachata, that stuff. And then, yeah, so you got your weapons there. Now, it seems like for those weapons, it's just like the style of the weapon, right? So like, you know, you might have I think in this footage, I've just got like the most generic knife, right? Because this is like super early game. This is chapter 2. So if you've just got like a, you know, generic basic knife, right? You might find some super cool mage knife that's like red. If you're wearing red armor, you might be able to just equip that knife to that set, right? Because you can transmog. But like, I don't think you could change the color of that knife, if that makes sense. Like if you've got this really cool knife that you love the look of, but it's green, you want to change it to red, you won't be able to do that. Do you know what I mean? Hope that helps. Finally tapping into fashion era. They are really tapping into fashion era, for sure. Do this rogue video for you. Ta-da. I really liked the rogue. Speaking of ballroom dancing, did they hint at any kind of diplomatic rogue-like party quest for the characters? Wicked eyes, wicked hearts from love. Not directly? Yeah, I'd say not directly, but like, that doesn't mean it's not there either. Because it would surprise me if it wasn't. Like, I feel like that stuff is really critical to like the role play and like sort of your character development. I feel like those like more chill missions will definitely be there. I did really like that stuff in well, every toon wears pants. Does Nev wear pants? Oh. But there is like a different outfits that you can put them into, so it doesn't necessarily mean that there won't be options where they're not wearing pants. But and I think Nev does wear pants, but she has like a long coat, I think. Is that right? All right. Give you guys a warning. In 10 minutes, we're probably going to... 10, 15 minutes, we're probably going to end the stream. Because I need to start packing. for this little trip. So hit me with your final barrage of questions. Anything you want to know, smash me with them. Destroy me with your questions. But I hope I've helped you guys. I hope if you've got anything else that I've missed or anything as well, like, you know, I've got all these videos that you're watching. They're all going to go out over the next week. So I've got the character creator one that's going to go out next. And then I've got the interview piece where I interviewed Corinne Bush, the game director, and Jen. I'm sorry, Jen, I can't remember your surname off the top of my head. Producer. I interviewed both of them, talked to them about specific things about the game. So that video will go out after the character creator. And then I've got the rogue class breakdown, which goes through all the skills, the specializations, like literally everything you need to know about it. I've got the same for the warrior and the mage. The rogue's the one we're watching right now. So I've got the full, like every single skill. I've got a description of it, exactly what it does, how it interacts with other skills. Same with the specializations, the full skill trees, everything. So those videos will go out consecutively after that. And then I've got a companion breakdown, which goes through all the skills, everything you need to know about every single companion. That'll go out after that. And then I am potentially going to do one on the backgrounds specifically. I haven't decided yet. Let me know if you are interested in that as well. Like, breaking down, because each background has like 3 different like buffs or like passive effects, and then there's also like the stories as well. So I might do a video on all that stuff as well. I haven't decided 100% though. Will Sandal or Iron Bull be returning? I didn't see them, Tom, because we didn't actually like do anything directly with Tash. Like she was just like in the party, so we didn't do her intro mission or anything. So I don't know if there's anything with her that connects with the other Kunari, or if they're, you know, going to appear with any of the other factions we didn't interact with. So I'm not sure. Did you encounter any timed quest in the world? Like if you didn't complete them before doing X, quest went away. I didn't, but the big choice that we made in chapter 3, I can totally see there being quests that if you haven't completed before that point, then they get failed. We didn't actually see if that happens because like made our choice and then they jumped us to like the consequences of that. Like they had say like, you know, it was either an X or a Y choice, and then we made our choice. Like we got to do that, experience that, and then we had to like put up our hand, and then they would load us into chapter 4, and they were like, all right, did you make X choice or did you make Y choice? And like I was like, oh, I made X choice. And they're like, all right. So then you loaded into that save, and you saw the consequences of what happened and like the changes to the world state and stuff. But like because we didn't actually get, do you know what I mean? Like we didn't actually get to see that progression through that and sort of like experience what happens before, then the choice, and then after in like our own save file. Like I don't 100% know, but because of what happens at that event, it wouldn't surprise. Oh my god, so Inception! It's me and me. It wouldn't surprise me if you will fail stuff that you haven't done before that point. Will the Inquisitor's romance affects the Veilguard storyline? That is the stuff that I can't talk about because it's to do with the Inquisitor and Keep. They are the things that we can't talk about. Sorry, Tom. I appreciate you asking, though. Asking questions is always good, even if I can't answer them. Do you know if the Crossroads reacts to you being an elf, like this passer? It look this. Ooh. I don't think I never went to the Crossroads as an elf because I played as a dwarf. And then the mage that we played as was a Kunari. And that was when I went through the Crossroads, was with the Kunari mage. And then the elf, the warrior was an elf. Like, you know, that warrior that we've seen in like trailer, like the combat trailers, that we played as like that warrior who's an elf. But I played as that elf during chapter 5, which we didn't go to the Crossroads with. So I don't know. Will Astarion or Karlach make cameos? Absolutely. For sure. Both Astarion, Karlach, all of the Baldur's Gate 3 characters. They're all here. Everyone's here, as they say. Those extra characters, they jump you to for other chapters the same for everyone? Yes, they were. Yep. So you'll see in everyone's footage, like this rogue you're looking at here, that's my rogue that I made. But everyone will have a character that they made themselves. They'll all have footage of that, and then footage of those like custom built characters that were built for us. So like there was the Canary Mage, there was the Elf Warrior. I think the Rogue might have been human. Yeah, I think the Rogue was human. Stroking my chin? I can stroke my chin too. But yeah, when you're looking at the footage from everyone, you'll see like the same mage, the same warrior, the same rogue, and then one custom character that's unique to them. And that custom character will only be early game as well, because like we didn't get to play our character that we made past chapter 1. Did you hear any rumors or whispers about them releasing the character creator prior to the game's release? I did hear some rumors or whispers about them releasing the character creator prior to release. That was a question that was directly asked to the developers, and the answer that they had, but they have no comment to make at this time. So what that means to me personally, not that this is a confirmed thing that's going to happen or anything, because they don't want to talk about it or cannot talk about it, that to me feels like they're working on it. They're not sure if they can do it at that time. Like, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot that goes into doing that. Like, think about what Dragon's Dogma, too many Dragon games. Dragon's Dogma did, how they put out their character creator like in its own like sort of demo, and then you could import that save. Like there's actually like development time that has to go into that. That's not just like, oh, you just like control copy the character creator and then just like paste it over here and then it just like works, right? It's like more complicated than that. They've got to like set up its own like executable file that creates like a save file with that character and all the choices you make, and then that's got to actually then be able to copy it into the main game. And you've got to make sure and test that like doing it that way doesn't screw up anything. So my guess is that they are working on it, and they weren't able, and maybe they still aren't or don't want to yet, able to confirm if they were going to do that or are going to do that, depending on if it works or not. I think that would be really cool though. I hope that they do it, because it would be good if we could all play around with the character creator beforehand. Can you have any of your own pets other than sharing Davron's Griffin? I didn't see any myself, Tom. I did get to pat the Griffin though. I did pat the Griffin. It is petable. That's the right word. It's just like a chill, and you know, near Davron, you can go over and give him a cuddle and a pat. I didn't see if there's any other pets. It would be really cool if like you found other pets throughout the game, right? You know, like as you're playing, like you run into like, you know, a cat, and the cat's like, oh, I'm a cat and I need friends, and you're like, hey, why don't you come to the lighthouse? And then you get a cat, you know. I guess like as well, there is Manfred, the skeleton that Emmerich has. You've got that as well. I think I saw in the IGN video you can play rock paper scissors with Manfred. I didn't get to do that, sadly. Crucial. Now says, do you mean like having the character creator before launch is crucial? It would be good. What a Dragon Age to be alive. Oh man, I love that. That's, Nick, can I steal that? I might tweet that out. I love that, dude. That's 10 out of 10. Why do I write the videos? You should be writing the videos. Lines like that. My God, dude. Tried? All right. So for those that don't know, Shotgun McPain is our editor here. is the editor extraordinaire. He didn't edit this video that we're watching right now. This is one that I edited, but he edited the character creator, the preview, the interview video. He did all that stuff. The editor extraordinaire here. No, you're not the editor extraordinaire. Petting the Griffin? Yeah, you can pet. I'll write jokes if you want though. All right, write my jokes. Yeah, I'm a fraud, chat. I don't write anything or do anything. Nick does it all. I'm just a pretty face, that's all. Can your companions die? I don't know. I know that they can be mad at you, depending on how you interact with them. Can they die? I don't know. I would like to think that they... I don't know if that sounds aggressive. I would like to think that they can, not in a bad way, but like the choices you make could cause something like that to happen, right? Like I would like that depth. Not that I want any of them to die, but yeah. So this is the interview video that Nick edited, which goes up in a couple of days. Nausea is my VTuber profile. That's me. I'm a VTuber. More puns is always good. Love the Nausea segue transition thing. Is that new? Do you mean this thing at the start? Like this? Did you mean this transition? That's not new. We've been using that for about six months, Nick. 6 months, give or take. It's relatively new. We did update it. There was an older one that we were using for a long time, but we changed to that one recently, like maybe 6 months ago. Longer than that, I'd say. Oh, you reckon? I have no idea. What is time, dude? I don't even know. Possibly a year. Okay. Never noticed it? Ah, that's fine. It's like a 1 second little transition. No biggie. Did you see anyone the character notify? See anyone the character right? Don't think I can answer that. Yeah, I probably can't answer that. So use that information as you will. I think it was like start of last year. Oh, wow. Maybe it was. Does the hero of Ferelden appear? Not that I saw. But who knows? Because like, there's a whole lot of game we didn't see, you know? I did, from talking to Corinne in this video that we're watching at the moment, which obviously when it does go out, go and watch it. She does give some fantastic answers to stuff. She does talk about the things from previous games. You know, there will be like a lot of that like history and lore from Dragon Age that fans will love, you know, like Varric being the Viscount in Dragon Age 2, like you know, some of that history of Dragon Age is still going to be here. Whether, you know, the hero of Ferelden shows up or something like that, I don't know. But yeah. Oh, there you go. Nausea intro in our Google Drive says it was created April 12th, 2023. So we've been using that intro for about a year and a half. You get the vibe. Gilganan is the secondary villain and Elganan will be the final boss. I've seen so little of him. We saw little of him too, because Gilganan is definitely very heavily involved in this first act. My personal take I can say this because this is an opinion. This isn't not based on anything that we had played. This is just my opinion. I don't think that Elganan is going to be the final boss. I don't think so. I feel like you got to have like, you know, a little bit of a twist there, right? We'll see. All right. We've gone over the 10 minutes that I said, but let me know if you've got anything else. Hit me with I'll give you guys one question each, one final question. and then I have to go pack and get ready. You are more than welcome. And if you have any other questions too, you can ask in my Discord or like even in comments of videos. I'll try and answer them. I won't be around like over the weekend. Like I said, I'm going away. I'll probably like stop into my comment section and might reply to a couple here and there, but I'll be back next week and fully ready to answer questions. I'm probably going to stream some Dragon Age Inquisition as well. Like, don't think I'm going to do like a full playthrough of Inquisition because like that's a long time, but I was thinking I might stream like the Trespasser DLC because like that's obviously very connected to Veilguard. I was thinking I might do that. I don't know. Just another thought that I had. If you could live in any one Dragon Age, which would it be and why is it now? Well, which Dragon Age would I live in? The Dragon Age that I would live in. Probably Dragon Age 2. I like Hawk. Hawk's my guy. Wait, I'm going away as well. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, we'll see. That's why we had to get all this stuff done, Nick, before I went away. I'm not going that far. Like, I'm just going on a little winery retreat with my partner and my dad and stepmom. We're just going to drink some wine and eat some nice food, you know, chill out. It's going to be a good time. But you're going to TwitchCon. I don't even know what you do at TwitchCon. What do you do? Run around and be like, Kick sucks. I'm all about Twitch. And everyone's like, yeah, the Kick sucks. Twitch is the best. And then the Twitch guys come out and are like, thanks for another year of giving us all your money. We're going to do nothing and to upgrade this platform. Everyone's going to be like, woo, yeah. No support. Love it. True Dragon Age is the companions we met along the way. You're on fire today, Nick. You really are. You been drinking? Where are all these killer lines coming from? You should be writing our videos. Why do I do it? Rhinery retweet. Yes, Gibbo, that's right. Or a rhinery retreat. I haven't started drinking yet, but it's a winery retreat. Enchantment. Takes me back in time. Enchantment. I can't do his voice. But I can't even remember that guy's name, but I remember enchantment so vividly, just talking to that guy all the time. You can enchant your gear here as well, Tom. I'm always on fire, if you say so. Technically, I'm going to San Diego. No TwitchCon tickets for me. Oh, really? You didn't get... What are you doing in San Diego? You're just gonna like stand outside TwitchCon and like look through the glass and be like, hey guys, I wish I was here. I like Twitch too. All right, any more questions? Any more questions? Perfect timing too, because I just finished my coffee. What season level are you in NBA 2K? 6 or 7. 6 or 7. I've been playing a bit of my team actually, Gibbo. I did. This is nothing to do with Dragon Age, so I'm sorry. Because I bought it on, as I'm a maniac, I bought it on PC and on PlayStation because I wanted to play on my ROG Ally on the way back from America. Because it came out while I was in San Francisco and I wanted to play it on the plane on the way home. So I've been playing my team on the PC and I've been playing my career on the PlayStation 5 just because I'm a maniac. But yeah, so my team pack stream, hell no. I hate the monetary stuff in it. I like my team, like I like collecting cards, but like I am not spending any, you are not getting any more money. Hell no. I think like I haven't even opened any of like the good cards at all, even in the free stuff. But yeah, what level are you? You've been playing my career, no doubt. Coming around, hanging out with friends. You're going to a comedy show. That sounds fun. I like comedy shows. We go to them here quite often, actually. There's a good little like stand-up, like intimate little stand-up near us, which is quite good to go to. All right. Have a great Rhinery retreat. I will. Have a great Rhinery retreat. All right, chat. We're going to call it there. Thank you guys for joining me on this little adventure. Happy that you guys actually showed up and I can answer some questions for you. Yeah, hit me up with any other questions that you have. Totally happy to answer questions, that sort of thing. Level 33, Gibbo, you're insane. Did you buy the... Anyway, we can talk about this offline. Don't worry. I'm sorry. I get distracted. But yes, character creator video is going out tomorrow. And then after that, this interview video that we were just watching is going out with the game director. She tells us all good stuff about the game. And then after that, I've got all the class breakdowns, all the skills, like best companions to pair them with, how, you know, what to apply with, what to detonate from the companions, all that stuff. Like, yeah, Nick's right. We have so much content planned, like literally so much. Like I have a video going out every single day, like indefinitely, basically. Plus then obviously we'll stop for Starfield when we do some Starfield stuff, but there's a lot, guys. We have, yeah, get ready. We have a lot of content coming for you guys. And like, I got footage of so much stuff that I don't know that everyone else did. Cause I spent a good hour and a half of my play session just getting footage of very specific things in the character creator or in the skills menu and all this stuff. So yeah, I've got plenty of stuff for you guys that we'll be able to look at. I'm so ready to consume all the Dragon Age content. Heck yeah. Hey, look, also, if you guys like what I do for this Dragon Age stuff or anything as well, like there is a lot of content creators that got to go to this event and like put out their guides and you know, footage and stuff, which like obviously all power to them. It was all good to meet those people as well. But like we are a little small fry here, you know, like in terms of the grand scheme of things, you know, we're just a little, I'm just a little small egg compared to everyone else. So if you guys want to, if you like the stuff that Nick and I are putting out for Dragon Age, because I think it's personally, I think it's really good. I think we have a lot of exclusive information, a lot of really good detailed breakdowns of things that other people won't have. So if you guys do like that stuff, make sure you share it around as well. Like, you know, especially the character creator video that's going to go out. Like it's got every single thing about the character creator in it. So yeah, make sure you share it around with people that would be interested. Definitely helps me. As Nick says, please like, sub if you're inclined, maybe think of membership. Exactly. 80K on the way. We're getting close to 80K. Yeah. Look, I want to get that play badge. I want to hit 100. You know? But yeah, thank you guys for watching today. I appreciate it. Enjoy the Dragon Age content and yeah, have a good weekend. I'll have a good weekend. You guys that are going away, Shotgun, Cass, enjoy your weekends. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Goodbye, friends.